Hey everyone, here to make this video as a message to Starseeds, and I think this could also relate to Lightworkers and walk-ins and earth angels and other realm origins as such, but probably mainly Starseeds, more to the younger Starseeds and Lightworkers and walk-ins and other realms and such, to the younger ones, like 19, early 20s to like maybe 29, like the younger ones. This is who it goes to. I'm 19, so this is how it relates with me also. So yeah, to the young ones. I think it's really important to discuss this because it could be a struggle that many are going through, and I'm going through it also as a starseed, so I wanted to bring this to just address this and go over it so we can understand it, and it's the struggles of how to succeed in our 5D, fifth dimensional mission while making 3D decisions, living in this 3D, third dimensional world. And it classifies as a big struggle because it can tear us apart. It can be like a life-death decision. It can get really bad. So this, I just really wanted to provide this information, even though it's already out there. That's obviously how I found it, but I really want to discuss it because I am going through it, so it is personal to me, and can maybe give you my insights on my own side too about it. So this message is not only from me and my own understanding, but it is also from Mission Control, which is our foreign aid, has Starseeds and Lightworkers and all that good stuff in our mission. It's our aid in our mission. It's our right to call upon. Sorry, I'm reading like my notes. Yeah, it's our right to call upon these special forces, and they're like alliances and commands and transition teams to facilitate awakening. And so this is legitimate, like, to help us really succeed in our mission. And they urge us to exercise. They really want us to use our right to call upon them and get help from them to use these resources, like such as this is just to name a few that you could call upon: the mission control council seats, the council seat, and all alliances, federations, confederations of light. Yeah, those are just to name a few. So this issue, yes, can be very serious to some, like life or death situation. And being part of the 3D world can, in our mission, in our 5D mission, it can bring us down, and we can get set back in the struggle and frustrations of failing, like conflict with family and having to deal with all this 3D stuff, because once we awaken, we're just that's all. Our mission becomes number one. We don't wanna have to get a job, move out, all this 3D stuff. It really just pulls us apart, because when we are pulled into the higher realms, once we awaken into the higher dimensional life, to the point where it is our only passion, to the point where we don't feel like we need to even participate in this 3D world. It brings us down, you know. It's, we just don't feel like we need to do that. So what I realized through researching was that there are a few things we need to understand about it all, and that'll help with it a lot. Understanding our parents' role. So they're basically here to, they have a contract with us to raise us and condition us in certain ways, to have certain conditioning to, which would serve as a challenge as we overcome this conditioning, to use in our progression of our mission training. So it's a part of our mission training, this conditioning and the challenge of overcoming such conditioning from our parents. And it was supposed to be this this like raising and conditioning of us was supposed to be completed after we graduated high school, to enable our launching into the 3D world, like to enable us to launch out and therefore into our mission also. But since we're stuck, we're like drawn to just, our mission is number one, since like that's what we believe and see so much, that our mission is number one over everything, that 3D life is unnecessary, we don't want to deal with it. So since this happens, we're blocked and now stuck, and we cannot launch, and the conditioning didn't fully get completed because of this belief, and hence comes the frustration and conflict with the family, with friends maybe, and frustration in yourself and self-doubt and failure and whatnot, to the point where it can get serious and Starseeds don't know what to do. So understanding that helps a lot. It helps so much. And why we need to understand why we need to participate in 3D life. Why 3D is important to our mission at all. It kind of seems funny how it can be, when you think about it. How can 3D help with our 5-dimensional, higher dimensional mission? Well, we need to realize that all these 3D interactions prepare and train us to fulfill our mission. And knowing that makes all the difference throughout it. And no longer will we be stuck, frustrated, so forth. We need to experience 3D life. We have to have these experiences of jobs, of moving out, finding a career, all that fun stuff. Because without it, we get stuck. We don't progress in our mission, and we cannot move to the next step without this launch into the 3D. We cannot fulfill our mission without this launch into the 3D. We need to have these experiences. So it's kind of like a paradoxical aspect almost. Really, like, what? Say what? I have to do that to do that? That doesn't make any sense. But it really does. It really does. Because in order to progress in our 5D mission, we must experience 3D aspects. And this is how we get through the struggle, the frustration, the feeling of failure, all sorts of things. This is how we can get through it, knowing that such 3D decisions is a part of the mission training. As we let go of the belief of trying to, like, we can escape 3D aspects because our mission is number one. Once we let go of that whole deal and let that go, that whole belief, then easily new opportunities will be brought forth, and it becomes, and the experiences become exciting instead of a struggle, because it's all part of the plan. Experiencing 3D duality and the dysfunctionality and whatnot, and experiencing our physical bodies is so we can transmute higher frequencies and anchor these frequencies into it. The ascension process had to be embodied in physical 3D to first physically, biologically, energetically anchor the high frequency unity blueprints into this dimension and timeline. So it's how we help with the ascension. It's a part of the mission to be a part of these and to integrate our high frequencies into such and transmute and then transform. It is a part of it, alchemically, transmuting it, 3D duality into high frequencies. It is all a part of it. The need to integrate 3D dysfunctionality, all these different 3D things we have to experience of Earth, is in order to legitimately disarm its patterns and to transform them and transmute our high frequencies into them. Because this is the way it has to be done. It sounds weird, but any other way, mission control says, would be invasion. It's invasion to do it any other way. This is the way to do it. And we're not here to invade. So as we are interdimensional masters who are experts at transmuting such crumbling realities, we are the experts at this. This is what we agreed to do this. We agreed to transmute this 3D fabric so that it becomes, so that we can ascend to the new Earth, and it becomes a transfigured world. And this is exactly what mission control is saying. This is the way to do it. This is what we agreed to do. Total dysfunctionality must be achieved before we start our mission. So we have to be a part of it. We have to be a part of these 3D aspects. So basically, in conclusion, it is so for us to succeed as Starseeds, Lightworkers, all that good stuff, we need to succeed in our mission plan. We have to find balance in the higher realm and 3D world. We need to learn how to live in both worlds, in these two different worlds, in balance. We need to find the balance. meaning we must live in 3D but make decisions with a higher consciousness, higher level of consciousness. It's part of the mission plan that this success is attained through living equally in balance, at equilibrium in both worlds. So how I'm personally dealing with this and realizing this and going through it is that I, as a starseed, once you remember everything, not everything, but once you get to that point where you just awaken and you don't go back and you just want to be a part of it. So I got to the point where I saw my job as just like killing my soul, detrimental to me, which in a way I'm sure it is, but it's also not, because it's all part of it and I need to keep experiencing it. And it got to the point where I couldn't, because I'm already in doing school, so it was hard for me to do both 3D things. But now I see that I'm meant to experience all the 3D I can get, including having job, school, everything. At first I was thinking I can't possibly do both, it's gonna kill me, and I need to just focus on my mission and just do school on my mission. But yeah, after realizing this, and this caused a lot of conflict with my family and frustration with myself, because no one understands, no one gets it. But once we understand that we agree to this and it's all part of the contract and that our parents are just fulfilling their role and this is all part of the grand plan, it becomes easier. And it was amazing for me to figure all this out, because I was at a really bad point. I got into really bad arguments with my parents, really, really bad, and I even did some readings to like help me get through it before I found the research online to really help me grasp it all. But before I was just doing readings, and I actually got like really accurate ones from Angel. My angel message was from Serafina, and she's all about family and a happy change in family, and it was about challenges with families and like overcoming them, and things are it feels disorganized, but it's really a part of the process. This like totally went with it, everything. I thought that was interesting. And then another one, I did two from two different my card decks. Also got White Buffalo Half Woman. She's a prophetess from the Lakota. I'm not sure if I pronounced anything right. You guys should know that by now. Just kidding, but it's true. The Lakota Native American. She is from that whole story. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's very, very, very interesting. But it's about a resolution to arguments and allowing compassion and love's healing powers and seeing the humor in the situation and accepting apologies and compassion for everything in the situation, even myself. So those were on point with my life and the whole situation. And I hope this helps others out there, because it all clicked for me, and now I just see things a little bit more differently, a lot more differently, I guess. It was amazing to understand all this, so I really wanted to put this out there, even though it's already out there too, which I will also give you a link in the description box, because to to like the mission controls like whole like and manual, cosmic instruction manual. Yeah, from the Intergalactic Forces of Light and Mission Control. I want to give you guys that. I just found a little website on that. It's not full manual, but it helps too. So I think that'll be interesting because it's straight from the Mission Control and Intergalactic Forces of Light. So, and thanks for watching, everyone. Blessings, many, many blessings to you. And I will see you all next time.